Yes, put your idea in chat. What can you do to a group member that is clearly not active, or gabut, or ghosting? What's the effective way to do it? Yeah, okay. Tag him, her in the group, and then be straightforward to them. Very good if you have the courage to do it. Not everybody is comfortable to do it, but that is a good way. And if the group member respond to it, then it's should be effective. Tapi ada aja sih, there are some people who, you know, who doesn't respond to it like that. But it's worth trying. Other ideas? Something that you've tried before. Try to talk. They don't want to pursue, cut them off. You need to carry weights for other people. Yep. Thank you, Karen. The thing is, whether you will report it to the authority, in this context is your lecturer or your teacher, or not. Yeah, some feel uncomfortable bringing it up. Some have no problems, and then you know, you can ask the teachers to take action, or you just have the mentality to say, okay, I need my grades. If they can be, if they can't be bothered, at least I know that I can guarantee my own grade. That is also a mentality. I'll talk more about it. Any other ways that you've tried before? Yeah. Okay. Tell them that their name will be erased from group list if they won't participate. Okay. Based on my experience as lecturers, so I've conducted some discussion with more senior students, yeah, like those from semester 6 and 7, about their experience. Why or how do they feel about group work? I think there are two interesting phenomena. One is when you already have the reputation, because in BINUS International, we do group works from very early on, from semester 1. Semester 1, we got a group project. Like now, already you have a group project. Because we are small community, so it's very common to have group work. Be very careful as new students. Once you got a reputation, it will be hard for you to be in a group with other motivated students. Once you have the brand to be that gabut team member, then other students will notice it very, very quickly. And then what will happen is that the motivated student will group with the motivated students, and the gabut students will group with the gabut students. As a lecturer, I can see it very clearly. And then those students who already have the reputation, they will carry this throughout their journey in S1, in undergraduate. So it can have a big consequences on your study journey. Okay. So try to be that nice team member. If you don't understand, at least you contribute something. Don't be ghosting or missing or having that reputation. Once you cannot get other people once you cannot get into group work or good groups, the consequences can be very disadvantageous for your whole study period. Okay. What can you do if you have this kind of group member? First of all, yeah, talk to them. If talking is not working, tell your lecturers. And then usually lecturers will have the the process grades and then the product grades. The product is your presentation, your prototype, the paper, anything that is the main product of your group work. But there is also the process grades. So this person will have a consequences in the process grades, maybe a 0. Oh, very good. Brian and Raihan, yeah. If they have a genuine problem, then you should talk to them. Maybe they have issues with internet, maybe they have issues with time zones, so you can have a workaround. Okay. Okay, okay. That's all I have to say. So we have five groups. I think we should start with our presentation. Try to present your one-pager in 5 minutes. So it should be clear to us, the one who listen, about what's your problem, the problem that you want to solve, why that is a problem, and how do you think you can solve that problem within the scope. Okay. Now be prepared. I will use this to take turn. Okay. Let's see. Who will get the first turn? Group 2 have the first turn. Yay. Okay. So group 2, project manager, you can start.
Bu Tatum, so I'm going to present the share screen, the poster, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Who's your team member? Just quickly introduce your team member.
My team member is William, Triana, not William, Billy, Triana, and Andre, and then it's Jessica and William.
Okay, those team member, please open your video.
Okay, okay, so I'm going to share screen. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's disabled, Bu Tatum.
It's disabled. Who's the host here?
Miss Lucy.
Like with the share screen. Yeah, already.
Okay.
Should be able to do it now.
Can you guys see my screen? Okay. All right. So hi, everybody. My name is Calvin Gibran. I am the project manager in Group 2. And if you're not aware, I'm doing the 4th SDG problems. It is quality of education. And the reason why we choose quality of education, because we are quite aware that the Indonesian quality of education is a little bit far than other countries. And of course, why is this a problem? Our quality of, first of all, I already mentioned that our quality of education is still far away behind from other countries. And of course, fun fact, there's actually more than 80% of university students tend to feel, what do you call it in English, like salah jurusan, or like choosing the wrong major. And of course, it will affect the whole study performance during their university. And of course, why a lot of university students tend to feel choosing the wrong major, it is because they haven't found the right or the right major or the right life for them. And that is why the lack of information in each school, specifically for senior high school, it also contributes the students determine for their university. And of course, this data already shown that 87% students in Indonesia are not satisfied enough with their own major, and turns out more than 70%, at least like 71.7% employee works in a different field from their major. And of course, it is quite challenging for this university student if they try to work in different fields from their own major. And then there's around 50.55% external factors on why students tend to feel choosing the wrong major. It is because their family demands, or even like it's like when I join or even study this major, it will be easier for me to find jobs. Those kind of like stigma should be removed, and of course like it um, it affects the student decision later on. And then 66% people believe that digital education could help improving the quality of our education. As we know, our education, our rank education, our education rank based on the PISA, it is stands for Program for International Student Assessment. Indonesia is ranked 74 out of 79 countries in category of reading, science, and math. And of course, why is Indonesia is ranked 70 out of 79? Is because first of all, our curriculum doesn't match with the students' interest. Students tend to feel bored during class because like the teacher only explaining and then give like the materials and then they do the assignment. I think from my perspective as the national graduate high school, all the teachers are like giving the assignment and then that's it, or even like giving some such like a brief explanation about the materials, and has a really strong interest for the students to keep up with the materials. So that is why it is lacking. And of course, not only the curriculum, but also the teaching method. I feel like only a few teachers would like to use technology or like digital technology for their based on learning. So I feel like in this nowadays, who opens book, especially for high schooler? Nobody. And of course, like a lot of students in high school, they usually oftenly open mobile apps such as like TikTok, Instagram, and of course, books is not that interesting anymore in this nowadays. And of course, we have our own solution. It's called Eureka, and the reason why we name our app Eureka is because when the student found something amazing, we'll be like, oh, Eureka, this is the one. And of course, what is inside of Eureka? It's not only learning, it's not only studying for the exam, but also we provide the students with a lot of information regarding their future studies like university and major. And of course, we also provide the students with a private tutor or private guru les, and also they can have their own private consultation with university student regarding with their own major. For example, like, oh, if I want to take the international business major, hopefully in Eureka there's some kind of like university student that can help me. Just take an example, we can also like chat the prospective university student to discuss about the major. And of course, this is not only for national school curriculum, but hopefully we can also help the international curriculum students such as IB, Cambridge, and of course the European baccalaureate regarding for their study abroad for their undergraduate degree. And that is why Eureka is the best solution app, not only helping um, the student decision making later on for their university decision, but also hopefully with Eureka digital technology can help the students, can help the education system in Indonesia. And of course, Eureka is not provided only for students, but also Eureka provides for all teachers so that they can learn a really amazing method to teach for their own student. I think that's
Okay. That is a very long presentation. Thank you.
Is it too long?
Okay. And that's amazing that you can do all talking for extended time and very, very fluent. Amazing. Thank you.
I'll get back to you.
I do have some questions, but firstly, I will give it to the floor. Who would like to ask a question? Or
I would like to ask a question.
Go
thank
ahead.
you. Yes, go ahead, Karam.
So I really like the idea of this, but I was wondering, you said that you would hire like private tutors, right? If I'm not mistaken, something to help. How will you manage to fund these teachers? Is this app what will be your source of income? Will your app be a service that you have to pay for? Will it be government paid, or do you have in-app purchases, something like that?
So we came up with a plan, not necessarily like a fixed plan, but if this business apps are quite serious, we're going to undertaking the national funding competition where we try to present our business idea because we're helping the education system in Indonesia. If we win, we're going to use that funding, but if we don't win, it is okay because this app were designed to as student you can try to subscribe. It's actually like the better version of Ruang Guru, but I feel like if you're not aware for Ruang Guru is almost similar as like Eureka app, the app that my group already made. Ruang Guru is consists with a lot of like education information and of course like teaching method and preparing students for exam. But I feel like Ruang Guru doesn't provide the students with a lot of scholarship, a lot of like information, at least like the basic information such as university and major. And of course, with the students subscribe every month or every year, it would help to like pay the tutor. They pay the tutor what do you call it, like gaji or like every month. And of course because our tutor came from a university student, so basically like the expense is not that expensive, we're running out the budget, but hopefully later on
Slavery.
yeah, hopefully later on, if this app could help contribute the education system in Indonesia, hopefully the government will look at through this app and will be rich in the nowadays. Yeah.
Amin.
Amen.
Amin.
Okay, my question.
Yes, Butatum.
What is actually that you're trying to solve?
Actually, there's actually two main problems that I really do want to solve.
Mhm.
But the one problem is that I feel like until today, university tend to feel like salah jurusan or like I don't know what am I doing with my life. Like I don't know because I don't understand. Of course, it is because the lack of trust, the lack of information that's been given by
Okay,
the
so
school.
salah jurusan is one. The
Yes.
other is
Another is the quality of education.
the quality of education.
I feel
Okay.
like it's more into like hopefully with this app we can go on tour. Specifically, we're going to tackle Jakarta first.
Mhm.
We're going to on tour for each school that are ready for this app, and of course we're going to teach the teacher about like technologies and of course how they use this app and etc. etc. And hopefully the teacher can find a new fun way of teaching so that the student can gain an interest like that.
Okay, so that's already more problems that you say. First is the apa tadi, salah jurusan, ya kan? The problem of salah jurusan. The second one is the problem of quality of education system, and the third one is the quality of teachers. Right? So three. I think Priska would like to ask a question as well.
Thank you, Budatum. So first of all, thank you, Calvin. That was such a concise presentations. I would like to ask a questions. You do aware that you have a rival in this market, right? Like you said, Ruang Guru. So I would like to ask, how are you gonna compete in this market? Maybe you already have a plans, like maybe you're gonna strengthen your solution or your features, or yeah, is there any marketing plan that you have in mind right now to compete with another application that already exists? Thank you.
Thank you, Mbak Priska. That is a really good question. And of course, I am quite confident. I am really confident with my app because I feel like there's a lot of platforms such as like Brandly, Ruang Guru, or even Zenius that they provide a lot of students with like such an amazing learning method. But I feel like the things that they are missing is that information. Those are the basic thing that they are quite missed in that application that they already made. I feel like our application not only like teaching the student like how to pass an exam, how to master certain materials, but also we provide them with private some kind of like a counseling if they were kind of like confused what are they going to their major, and of course like they can ask a lot of things to their personal consultant, because personal counseling, because the person that underdo the personal counseling is probably the university student, and they can share their own experience, like for example, like what happens if I want to study international relations, because the things that I know about international relations is basically I'm going to learn a lot about cultures, going abroad, or even like traveling. But the thing is that turns out international relations students, they are studying about politics, economy, and of course I feel like not every students are aware with that kind of materials, and I feel like that's when the private counseling session step up to remind the students that you need to aware that you're going to study about this, you're going to study about that, and you're going to face a lot of challenges that are like this, and are you sure going to take this major? Please think about it. But if it's
Okay, Calvin, I'm going to stop you there because we need time for other groups as well. But I think those questions and your response already can explain what do you need to sharpen and the focus about your problem. Like I said before, it seems that you want to tackle a very big problem, and a very big problem like that cannot be solved with only one app, right? So you need to have a very specific focus. Do you want to focus on the salah jurusan? Do you want to focus on the quality of teacher? Or do you want to focus on the quality of education system? Quality of education system is a very big and complex problem. But I think you were very passionate about the salah jurusan, and I think that's something that can be tackled in the scope of your application. Why don't you focus on that aspect? Okay, so I think you can, like, your one pager is very broad. I think you would like, I would suggest that you make this more focused into the problem of salah jurusan. Like I was a victim of the problem of salah jurusan as well. I graduated from international relations, just like what you said. And I didn't know that I was going to study politics. And actually, my degree is a Bachelor of Politics. If I know, I would like to apply for the communication major, not the international relations major. So I think that's a quite a valid problem for high school graduates. I would propose that your group focus on that problem, make it more focused, have maybe conversation with students from pre-SCAS level, so your senior, talk with some seniors and gather their perspective. If they can, what would they choose if they have the same opportunity to choose their major again, and how that can be make a better experience. Okay, thank you. That's my input for Calvin. Have a big applause for Calvin group 2. Thank you. Okay, you can stop share. But I think also if you can make it more specific, then you can alleviate the problem with replication with Ruang Guru, Brainly, and that kind of thing. You can look again who's your competitors. Okay, let's go to the next group. Group 5. Okay, group 5, you can start. Others, you can ask questions or challenge. Be critical and don't be mean.
Okay.
Mika will be sharing the screen, yeah, miss?
Sure.
Can you guys see it?
Yep.
I can't see. All right, Karam, you want to intro us?
Right. So we are group 5, and we chose the solution. Sorry, not solution. The problem of.
Do you want to introduce your team member first?
Oh yes, yes. Correct. I am Karam. There's Melvin, Vivan, Mika, and Daniel. We are the ones that work together for this group. And we chose to go with a responsible consumption and production, number 12, right? And this, our app name is called Green Box, and we will now start talking about the problem. Mika, you can take it from there.
Okay, yeah, sure. So the problem is plastic pollution has been building up over the time and it's hard to decompose. So therefore it's there's about like 6.8 million tons of plastic waste per year, and that's a really big amount. It's concerning, and so far it's like destroying the earth, you know. And about 625,000 of those tons of annual plastic waste end up in the ocean, and only like 10% are actually being used to recycle. So the reason why this needs to be fixed is because Melvin, you wanna mess it up?
So the reason why this needs to be fixed is because plastic is known to be toxic to humans and it contributes to global warming. So it's very concerning. And furthermore, plastic waste can deteriorate easily. So it can clog up drains near streets and it can cause floods. So without a proper solution in reducing the plastic waste there is, landfills over time will overflow and it will cause massive spillings.
Right. And so our solution to that is that if you guys have ever heard of reversible vending machines, these are vending machines that you will see usually in Europe, in European countries such as Germany or in England. So they'll have like these vending machines usually in supermarkets where you will put a plastic bottle or any like metal can or sometimes glass bottle, depending on the machine, and the machine will recycle it, but in return, you will get small amounts of cash that can be reused in the supermarket, or you can just keep the coins and use it for another time. And so we want to implement that idea, but into Indonesia. Instead of direct cash, we wanted to just put it with OVO points. And with that OVO points, you will be able to buy coupons / vouchers for, maybe like Gojek Ride or pet discounts, restaurant discounts, and we're planning to involve this with the app. So the way it'll work with the app is that the machines will show the location of the machine, right? And once you're in front of the machine, there'll be like a QR code. You scan it, and it'll like link with your profile. This way, once you put the bottles in, it's like it starts to accumulate OVO points, which are saved into your account. This way, there's no receipt or anything like that that will be a waste of paper or anything. So it's all digital. Not only does this reduce the cost, but it also helps save, paper.
Okay.
And after this, you'll have the OVO points, and you have the option to save it or to buy the coupons / vouchers. And so that is our short one pager. Any questions?
Thank you. Any thought from other students?
I have a question.
Yes, Calvin?
Yes, of course.
It's actually a really good app, but I have a question. We do aware that Jakarta is, well, for example, like we're talking about Indonesia, yeah. It is a really good question, but I feel like based on my experience, when you look at the city, I mean, well, actually, like we also witnessed some kind of like trash or like trash everywhere, but I feel like the most crowded trashes is basically on the slum area of the city, and I'm quite mempertanyakan how do you guys going to tackle or even like introduce this app to the slum area, because not everybody understand how to operate cell phones. especially like the older generation that lives in the slum area? Thank you.
That is more for the long-term plan. It's easier to start off in Jakarta because most people will understand for now, and that's where we will start to grow our brand. Especially our target market is the Gen Z, and Gen Z is known as one of the most influential generations. They'll share it online, they'll show it on their Instagram post or YouTube, and not only will this count as free advertisement, and it will help people learn how to use it more, and there will be also a tutorial in the application. But once we are able to raise enough funds, we will start to put it in more slums, because if we put it in slums, we will not be able to generate the revenue we want to start up and break even.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. Any other question? One more question. Or
Yes.
else? Yes. Who? Sorry. Who said yes?
Oh no, I thought you said there's one more question, so I said
Oh,
yes.
okay. Is there any other question from other groups? Group 1, 4, and 3? Okay. My question then. So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
kind of plastics can you recycle? Can you sell
we-
here?
We will only accept plastic bottles
Hmm.
for now, because it'll be too hard to manage all different types of plastic because there's way too many. So it's for the beginning, we just want to focus on plastic bottles, which is what most people will always have with them every day, most of the time. You know, I mean, if you know, the record for most plastic thrown is usually straws, and what do you have with your straws? A plastic bottle. So if we're able to recycle the plastic bottle, which is probably the second most waste plastic, I guess you could say, a littered plastic, it'll already be a big step in my opinion. And then there's no serious, not serious, no official plan about moving on from plastic bottles. But for now, we only aim to recycle different types of plastic bottles or metal cans like that.
Okay. So you will be a company that provide the machine and the app, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you plan to put these machines?
So we plan to put them in grocery stores or in mall or Alfamart, Indomart, like that. Usually, those are places most people in Jakarta will always go to because there's nowhere else to go besides the mall in Jakarta or grocery stores. So,
Okay.
and you know, people are buying plastic bottles or drinks from there. Sekalian, after they're done walking around the mall, they'll put their boba cup or aqua bottle before they leave the mall, and they'll get their oval point that they can use for something else, maybe a grab
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And for grocery
You don't
stores,
need 1 kilogram of plastics to grab home.
possible, who knows? With the amount of trash here, it's possible. And for the grocery store, it's a very convenient place, in my opinion, where you'll always usually have one close to home, a grocery store, and so people will just put their bag of plastic bottles in their car, and on the way grocery store sekalian before they leave again, they'll put all the plastic bottles and leave, with their new shopping or whatever.
Okay.
I think eventually the goal is we'll have it in like most Indomarts and Alfamart or like Alfamarts, because that's like even closer than groceries, right? Because you don't always see that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do really like it when you have money incentive for this kind of thing and make it easy. Because if you put it in front of Alfamart and Indomart, and you will also encourage people from very low caste to be motivated and then use the vending machine just as they were around the area because they need the money.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they are illiterate about cell phones, because I once have an excursion in like places like around train stations, in which the homeless people, gelandangan, with very small kids, and their kids is just lying down in front of the shops and playing with their cell phones, playing games. So they do cell phones is becoming a
Yeah,
necessity for all strata.
pretty much even the people who are less fortunate, they've already had phones because phones are becoming more and more accessible because they're getting cheaper and cheaper each year.
And becoming a money making thing as well.
Exactly.
Apalagi in Indo, we're using like we're already like starting to use like Gojek, Grab, and all those like
Yeah.
employees that work there already know how to use their phones, so it would be easier to transition, you know.
And
That's
if
very
you're
true.
wondering like how else we are planning to get money, it's like we are planning to make not our machine will sort of be like what do you call those a board for advertisement. So we'll have the name company that will be associated or partnered with us, and this will give them the image that oh, they are eco-friendly and they are green, and especially nowadays, that's what most consumers will look for in a company. It's become like a trending thing in the market where if some businesses aren't eco-friendly, it'll already give them a bad reputation, like, oh, don't buy from this, don't buy that from that, and then it'll spread across the internet. But with this, it'll help give the company a good image, which is what they want, and at the same time, it'll help us bring revenue.
Okay, thank you. Like the idea? Just a little bit of focusing, being more specific on the functions later on, because what you will show in the prototyping is the apps itself. So you need to think about how the app can be interesting and contribute to the problem solving. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Now for the next. So in the breakout room later for group 5, focus on the function. Okay, next one. Group 3. Okay, group 3, floor is yours.
Okay, so may I start?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Flavia and we're from group 3 and my members include Akhtar, Ben, David, me, Justin, Kai, and Tashani. So first, the problem that we want to tackle is the decent work and economic growth. So that's why we want to provide through our app to have job fields for the unemployed. So first, I'm going to raise the problem, which is right now during this exact second, we're on a pandemic and there is less job opportunities exposed to the public, and it's more on the unemployment that is that's rate is rising. So the rise of unemployment can not only lead to financial problems but also affect us mentally and also physically. This higher rates of unemployment especially in our country can lead to higher crime rates and reduced rate of volunteerism. And in the governmental side, our country's GDP can also be reduced due to the higher rates of unemployment. So next, I will be giving the floor to, I think, Akhtar. He will discuss why is this a problem and why this needs to be solved.
So it is a problem because Indonesia, first it has a lack of engagement with job seekers and employers and under services. And then the second reason why it's a problem, it's because Indonesia does not have a fully functional labor market force. And then why it should be solved, it should be solved because employment can help reduce crime and it could also improve Indonesia's GDP. And then this is the data which shows the unemployment rate in 2021 and 2020 because of the coronavirus, and it shows that the unemployment rate of Indonesia has increased. And then, yeah, because of the pandemic, it also affects 29 million Indonesians, which means 15% of labor force is affected, and yeah, the number of unemployed persons surged from. Yeah, these are the numbers which shows the unemployed and how many employed people have been how many employed people had declined. Yeah, now is the solution.
Sorry,
Yes.
Aftab, your signal is very broken.
It's very broken.
Yeah, your voice is broken, so I cannot really grasp your presentation. But that's fine. Who will continue?
Me.
Okay.
So our solution would be to create an app called Yupuja, and we chose this name because it's short, catchy, and easy to remember. And the purpose for this app is to act as a platform for both employers and employees seeking employment. Our app makes it more faster, convenient, and flexible compared to traditional job hunting. For those with little or low qualifications who maybe aren't able to get jobs at big companies. The app covers job details set by employers in which those looking for a job can read them. They then can find contact details of those employers. And these job listings can vary in duration from short-term to long-term. Then after the job has been done, the employer can give the employees ratings on their performance and other aspects such as behaviors and all that. And with this rating, it will help employees to give them an incentive to work harder, as a higher rating would allow them to be able to find better jobs within the app. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from other groups?
I have a question, Butatum.
Sure. Yeah, make it quick though, make it short.
Yeah. It's a really good app, but there's some kind of app that called LinkedIn, Caliber, and of course there are some Instagram platforms that actually expose the job opportunities. And of course, there's a lot of people that follows or use that kind of apps. And how are you going to make sure that your app is like different from other apps? Thank you. Other apps or other platforms? Yeah. Thank you.
So can I answer?
Sure.
Okay, so our app is catered towards the jobs that are more low paying, and I would say because people, our audience, they're maybe not familiar with LinkedIn or those such of apps. So our intention of creating this app is to make it job hunting and job applying an easier process for them by just using an app. So that's, I hope that answers your question why our app is different.
Thank you.
Any other? No? Okay. Then I will ask some questions. Okay, group 3. So you said something about your differentiation with other apps. I think for job searching, we know that there's LinkedIn, also Jobs TV, that connect people, and also in university we usually have the bursa kerja gitu ya. So like exhibitions, but only for job searching. So what's your specialization?
So I think I'll answer this again. Our vision is we cater towards, as I've said before, it's the low-paying jobs. So it can be we plan to introduce more jobs in this app, but for right now we only think about, for example, maybe house cleaners or drivers, those people who may have less exposure on the job field that they're in.
Okay.
So this will help them to know, oh, for example, this company needs more drivers, this company needs more cleaners in this day, and it can be from short-term to through long-term contracts.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
because I know I will stop your screen share because I would like to show you this one. There are already apps like this, right? Kangoo. Specifically for connecting you and tukang bangunan, so builders. There's a Sejasa to connect you with AC, cleaning, massage, builders, overall handyman, and hair care. There's also Panggil Tukang. Okay, now Panggil Tukang only available for this area. Okay. So are you going to tap into this market or you have another market?
If I may answer that,
Mhm.
yeah. So those are so LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is for people who have certain qualifications.
No, this is not LinkedIn. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
this is application,
Okay.
specific application. Yeah.
Yeah, but those that you showed us,
Uh-huh.
those you still need to train. It's not what is it called again? Tukang dan segalanya itu kan. They still need to know how to do those. So our app is targeting people who doesn't have like any specialization on those parts, but they just want to work, and our app will connect them to the employers. Misalnya like house cleaning itu kan nggak butuh special skills gitu kan, kayak tukang kan harus bisa juga know how to apa ya misalnya bangun tembok gitu, terus juga mechanics juga.
English please.
Yeah, so our application is more catered towards people who have
For generalists.
very little to no qualifications on any expertise, but they want to work, and we'll connect them to employers who need those kind of people so they can work in centers.
Okay. Okay. I think as a person who have experience as managers, it is very difficult for me to hire someone with no skills, right? So you are targeting people with no skills. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay. And you would like to give them opportunities to get into jobs straight away. So recruitment.
Yes, it doesn't have to be a long-term job. It might just be one time. Yeah.
Okay. My reservation, like, of course, this is a good idea. Yeah? So you give opportunities for people maybe who's just like a common high school graduates. But if people have no skills, it's very difficult to make them with an employment opportunity straight away. Maybe what you can do is to give them work experience. Maybe. No, this is just like a suggestion. Make it more specific. Like, okay, it's very good that you already can differentiate who's your target market, which are the people that you want to solve the problem. So it's not someone with skills, but people with no skills or very low skills, right? But maybe you have to set a certain standard, like, oh, they should be high school graduates, maybe, yeah, with no working experience and very low skill. And then think about how to increase their opportunity to go to the job market. And there are several options for that, whether you focus on giving them the first experience or you can match-make them for an internship or something that gives them a specific skills, and then they can go into the job market. Again, I think this is also for all groups. If you make it more specific, your problem into more specific target markets, specific groups, then the app will be much more targeted and easier to sell. Don't try to solve the world peace. Right? You need to choose a very specific angle for a very complex problem. Okay, thank you. So try to refocus, make it more specific focus on what you want to achieve, and then you can working on the prototype. Okay, now only 4 or 1. Very quickly. Four. Oh, sorry, I haven't shared screen yet tadi. But it's 4.
Iya. Oke.
Kelompok 4, Miss.
Yes.
Oke.
Oke, aduh. Sorry, Miss, my camera suddenly can't work.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Ayu, and I will be representing my team, Additive, with the members consisted of Chelsea, Stephanie, Richie, Valerie, and Lenina. Okay, so to start, I want to ask you a question. So have you ever questioned yourself, am I going to be enough to have a decent work? Or maybe as simple as, what are the skills and competencies that I should have to not be jobless? If you happen to ask that, then you've come to the right place. Okay, so I'll start with the problem. The problem in Indonesia is the high unemployment rate during the pandemic. Okay, as you can see, the rate increased by 1.84%, reaching to 7.07% in August 2020. Even though it got decreased in the 2021, however, it's still considered as a high rate of unemployment, okay? And another surprising fact is 5% of the jobless people in Indonesia are actually graduates, undergraduates like us. So how is this possible? Okay, this can be possible because the available employment quota is far lower than the number of the workforce. Therefore, many people will have a hard time when searching for a job as they are lacking of the knowledge and skills to compete with others. Furthermore, even though we have a higher level of education, we might still lose to people who have more to offer to be employed. So how can we fix this? We can fix this by advancing the quality of human resources. We can expand the access to gain knowledge, experience, skills, and connections. This is why additive can be the right solution to achieve decent work and economic growth in Indonesia. So first of all, what is additive? So additive is actually an app for graduates or maybe for college students who wanted to expand or obtain their competencies. Okay, so what we offer to them is, first of all, soft and hard skills courses. We have 2 types of courses. We have the basic courses, some kind of webinars, and we have advanced courses, which you have to pay. So advanced courses will be more to like a small group learning environment with the experts. Also, we can provide you with affordable and easy to access app. Not only that, with open chat, you can also find future partners who have the same interests as you. I guess that's all for our presentation. If there are any questions, we're happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Come on, from other groups. Group 1, Group 3, please ask questions. Come on. Anyone? Okay. I think why do you think giving them more courses will improve their chance for employment?
Okay, so can I answer it now, Miss?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if we give them more skills by giving them courses, they're not only going to be hired by a company, but they can also employ themselves by creating a small business, for example, or maybe they can sign up to be hired as a tutor in our app.
Okay. Because I think you said, can you go up a bit? Okay. I think you already said in why is this important, right?
Yes.
Problem is that the available employment quota is far lower than the number of the workforce. So there are so many people, but low chances or employment, not enough job opening. Right?
Yes.
Right. So if the real problem is low job opening, why do you think the solution is to give people courses so they can be hired?
Miss, if I may add to what you said, so what our app will give is not just any courses. It's basically more of a to improve ourselves with the skills that are needed. Because since our main focus or our main target is for fresh graduates or basically for young generation, so that they could be more skilled for employment. So we hope that with this course, the course that we give to them, it would help them to make it as a self-actualized to implement the skills that they get from our courses that we give to them, so that they could implement that, and if implement that when they are interviewing for a job or for seeking employment. So basically, it's our course could help them by increasing the chance of them getting employed. Yeah, that's what I would like to add.
Yeah, thank you, Valerie. My next question will be then, what courses do you offer that you are sure will increase the opportunity of employment?
So our courses will be around leadership, public speaking, CV making, and so on.
Okay. How do you know that these ones will be suitable and sufficient to increase the opportunity to get employment?
Okay, so before we actually made this pager, we already did some research, and we we look up what are the most important skills that the employers no, that the employee have to be hired, and communication skills, leadership skills, and great CV, I guess, are the most one of the most important things that the employers are looking for.
Okay. Mabel has a question.
Okay. Hi guys. So I actually have a question for you guys. So basically, how do you ensure that your application is different, is unique and special? And because like this, because if you're providing, educational courses, I'm afraid like we can find it a lot in the internet too, right? How do you qualify the type of courses that you're going to offer, and how do you know that it's actually of quality like that? So yeah, that's my question basically. Thank you.
Okay, so what's gonna make our app is different from any other internet sources basically. Well, because in Google or in the internet, when you search a keyword or you input a keyword and you search on Google, they will give you like many sources, right? Many links or website that gives the info about it, but there are a lot of infos that may not be accurate or not accurate, but like may not be clear and in detail. So our course, so our course basically is being taught by professional lecturers, we would say. That's our plan for the courses.
And to add, and to add,
go ahead.
and to add Valerie's explanation, for the app, we also provide open chats to find people with the same interests, so they can have connections. They can widen their connections with other people, and we also, to make it more challenging, we're also planning to give them gifts if they've completed some missions. So yeah, that's what makes our app different.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's enough for now. I think you need to refocus again. I would say that this kind of problem that you're tackling, we call it the world peace problem. Everybody wants to achieve world peace, right? And world peace is such a big, huge job to be solved, right? So you need, again, to take a very specific focus. Let's listen to group 1 first, and then I will introduce you to the how might we question. Okay, group 1, you can present your one-pager.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, the screen is not showing. Is it just me?
It's loading.
Okay. Okay, I'm Brian. I'm from Group 1, and Group 1 consists of Sally, Alia, Carmela, Kevin, Raihan, and Willard. So we chose number 12 for our problem, responsible consumption and production. So what we see is that people are spending more and consuming more items than they expected. So
sorry, can you make it a bit bigger? So small. Continue while the other person make it bigger.
Okay, so we came up with Swap Me. It's
Mhm.
basically barter. If you guys know barter,
Mhm.
it's like an old method of exchanging goods and services. So what we do is we act as a third party um, to customers, and they give us items and we give them to other people. While sorry. So, well, when they give us items, we trade it with other people, and we're gonna give the other people's item to them. So it's basically just barter. And as you can see from the graph, people are when people buy something, they usually buy an additional item, and it increases consumption, which will lead to waste.
Don't make it smaller, make it bigger. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So I mean, let's be honest, the world is dying, and it's mainly due to plastic waste on the ocean, on the
Mhm.
land, everywhere. If you can see Indonesia, it's really there's a lot of waste everywhere. It's trash everywhere. And so our focus is to eliminate the problem of excessive waste and reducing spending. Okay, so wait, can you go down a little bit, Carmela? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. So why does this issue needs to be solved? If we don't start now, I mean, no one will start. So I mean, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Okay.
nervous. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
uh,
Okay, we got your message, I think.
okay, you got our concept right.
Yeah, got your concept. Anyone wants to comment or ask question? Come on, don't be shy. Mabil want to ask question.
Wait, Bu, still thinking. Still reading.
Okay, Brian, I will ask a question then.
Okay.
So if I have 3 of this, right? It's very good quality. It retains heat, very good. I have 3 Starbucks tumbler.
Okay.
Right? And all of them are good. And I want to swap it with heat retaining lunchbox. I don't have a lunchbox, but I have 3 of this.
Okay.
Mabel have a good lunchbox, but she doesn't want to swap it with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have. I want her thing, but she doesn't want my thing.
Okay.
What happened in your app with something like this?
But there would not be only one Mabel, right? There will be more. So if you want to trade your tumbler for a lunchbox, there might be someone who wants to trade it.
Okay.
Pasti ada orang, Miss.
Okay. So basically, you just have to find your own thing until it comes to agreement.
Yeah, harus they have to agree from both parties.
So, and it has to be
equal value.
The users that need to have an agreement. You only create the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not acting as a a storage or warehouse.
No.
So it's not like I give you my things that I want to get rid of, and then you store it, and then if Mabel wants my tumbler,
yeah, we act like as a warehouse.
You
So we
act
store
as a
your
warehouse.
items, yeah, and we sell it on. I mean, we don't sell it. We post it online.
Oh, okay.
If someone wants it, we deliver it to them.
Oh,
And so
okay.
how do we get profit from this? They're gonna pay us commission for every item they sell.
But they're not selling.
Oh, I mean, they give. If
Okay.
let's say Butatum wants a lunchbox.
Yeah.
You trade it, you trade your tumbler for a lunchbox,
Mhm.
kan itu bisa dibilang you're buying something else.
Yeah.
So there's a commission fee for us. That's how we get our profit.
Okay.
So from both parties, they're gonna give us commission.
Okay. So if I want to sell my things, you will charge me like say 5,000 rupiah,
Mhm.
and then Mabel will also give you 5,000 rupiah.
Yes. So we get profit from both sides.
Okay. Mabel, you want to ask a question?
Okay, maybe like from me, just elaborating from what Butatum mentioned. So just now you mentioned that you guys are actually a warehouse and you're gonna take the pictures of your product, right? Is
Yeah.
that correct? How do you ensure that your customers is satisfied with the product that they get? Because like, it's a picture, right? Gitu. So how do you ensure that, when they receive the product, they're actually happy with that? Gitu? And do you allow kayak refunding kayak misalnya I'm not satisfied with my product, because like customer satisfaction is really important in business as well, business IT at least. So yeah, that's my question.
I think that let's take Tokped as an example. If you sell something, it's still a picture, right? Online. You won't see the product. Kayak cuman dikasih lihat fotonya doang. And there will always be a problem of maybe scamming. And so I think it's like an issue that needs to be solved later on. Tapi refund is, there will always be refund.
Okay.
Okay.
As a concept, I think it's good, but you need to think about the different functions that should come with it. With Tokopedia, for example, it includes money, right? So basically, when I buy something, say I buy a phone, I give you the money, and then you will keep it until I said that, oh, okay, I like this product, I received it, and I like it, and then you sort of like, okay, by saying that you received it, you agree for me to release this money and give it to the shop, right? Ada guarantee-nya gitu. So you have something that you manage as a guarantee. If I said that, just happened to me the other day, I bought something for my mom, a small USB Wi-Fi router, and then the courier, I think, sent it to the wrong house. So it says that my order has came, but my mother hasn't received it. So Tokopedia will not release my money until I said that the issue is resolved. Nah, tapi if this in this barter, you need to have a guarantee that this kind of mechanism, the security mechanism, is in place.
Mungkin maybe we can haven't discussed this with my team, but maybe we can like minta deposito gitu.
Yeah. So just think through on this, and whether you want the parties to exchange their goods directly, or do you want to act as a warehouse and as a intermediaries? That is also something that you need to think about, because warehousing costs money. So you need to think about the efficiency. The basic of it is fine, but you need to think about the details of your app. Okay. Now for everybody, okay, you can stop share. Thank you, group 1.
Thank you, Bu.
I would like to introduce you to this concept. I think this will help you a lot with refocusing or put more focus on your project. Okay. Okay, so I said earlier that some of you have a very typical world peace problem. If maybe you're still very young when there is this movie called miscongeniality, Sandra Bullock. Jadi pageant, Miss World, Miss Universe, Miss USA, if they are asked, what do you want to solve? What do you want to manage, or what is your aspiration? They always said world peace, right? World peace is such a big concept and it's such a complex problem. So this is the terminology that you use. If your problem is too big and not focused enough, and then you try to manage it or solve it. One of the very good tools to manage this is the how might we question. So it's one way to express which part of the problem that you want to solve. Because if you try to solve too many problems, your solution will end up not focused enough to satisfy people. It will be what we call a wishy-washy kind of solution. So I think this can be very beneficial. So how might we have this formula? How might we intended action for a user, a very specific user, so that the desired effect? Yeah. So for example, how might we increase the opportunity for fresh high school graduates so that they can get their first job, for example? That is a very specific. So we know what you are trying to do, for whom, a very specific kind of group, and the problem that you want to solve. Yeah. Ideally, this will be formulated when you have done what we call the empathizing stage. Yeah, empathizing is when you ask the people as your target market. So if my how might we give first experience for fresh graduate high school students, then it signifies that you already speak to high school students that want to work, that cannot continue their education. What's their difficulties in finding jobs? So we have some ideas on where to go from there. I would like you to spend the rest of this session, we have about 10 minutes, to formulate your how might we. So you already have some facts, you already empathize with the problem. Now you need to make it specific focus. Who's your target market? Who's the community that you want to solve? What's their problem? And how do you think the experience can be better? Once you know it, I think your prototype will be much better and much more focused. So what I would like you to do is to formulate this question. How might we action for people so that effect? Please take a photo or screen capture this so you will remember it. I will break you up into your group and then get ready. When we go back to this group, to the big main room, you will type your how might we in the chat. Okay? Is that clear instruction? Yeah. Okay. So I will have 5 rooms and I will give you 10 minutes. Okay. Now with this breakout room, you can go to you can choose the room that you want to go. So naturally, all the group 1 will go to room 1, all the group 2 will go to room 2, etc. Okay, let's go now.
Terus kok saya nggak ada settingnya breakout room ya?
I think the breakout room is not yet open deh. The host should be the one who make the breakout room. I think Bu Desi.
I already finished. No one?
Yeah.
Close all room. Oh, sorry. Okay. It needs to be let participant choose. Yeah. Coba go to breakout rooms and then choose the room that you want to go.
Belum ada, Bu. Maybe itu
Belum ada buttonnya.
udah di
Yeah, already.
all rooms ya.
Huh. Oke, hostnya siapa?
Hostnya Bu Desi.
Oke, Bu Desi, can you help us? Coba bentar. Oh, sorry. We create, let participant, we create open all rooms.
Ya.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, go to your breakout rooms. Ayo, for the one that haven't go. Okay, Rehan.
Siapa aja
Sudah
yang
boleh
belum?
keluar. Sudah boleh keluar.
Rayhan.
Iya. Sudah boleh keluar.
Belum, we go to the breakout room sekarang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Which group are you?
One. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, goody. Okay, guys, we are missing Iman again.
Bu, is it okay if I go in the room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna check on the question.
Yeah. But yeah, who's the FL4 Iman nih?
Me, Miss. I have asked he's from the BMM. I've asked FL of BMM and
it's a she.
It's a she. Sorry. She does not come to the previous session, so I guess he will not be joining us.
She did come on the first entrepreneurship session.
Oh.
She's with group 5.
Yes. However, for today, she does not come to any.
She didn't come to any session today. And group 5 already complained that she didn't participate in any way.
Yeah, I think she's very hard to be contacted. For DFLs, from the BMMCs, is pretty hard. Also.
Yeah, I think she's still overseas. I think.
Maybe yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I give them 10 minutes. I'll go and pray for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, Miss.
Babe.
Where are you, Karen?
Alam
Sorry?
Sorry?
Who asked me?
Me.
Oh, I'm in Alam Sutra, just walking back and forth through the hall. I just
Oh,
need to.
okay. So you're still in Alam Sutra from the
Yeah.
inauguration?
Yeah, I didn't have time to go home before the first class started, and my phone was low bat, so I needed a socket. But I also forgot my laptop to bring my laptop, so I just did all my Zoom and all that on my phone.
Okay.
MVP.
Okay. Okay, now please, all project manager, type up your how might we on chat.
Susus Among Us.
How might we give? Okay. So I got one from Ayu. You don't have to private it, Ayu. So we can learn from each other. How might we give hard and soft skills to jobless? Maybe a bit more specific. Who are the jobless? General jobless or fresh graduate or
20 to 30-year-olds.
you want to make it specific to those with low skill, is it?
Oh yes, for fresh graduates.
For people with low skill so that they can find employment. Maybe something like this?
Yes, miss.
Make it more specific. I don't know. You can adopt that, I think. Kavya, how might we expose more job vacancies through our app for people with little to no skills and experience? Okay. Okay. With your so that, I would like you to focus on the people that you serve. Okay. So that what? So that the people can find more employment, so that they have better chance, so they will meet their first job. Yeah. So the effect should focus on the customer instead of maybe to Indonesia or to bigger community. Focus the so that component should be for your customer. Okay, other group? Other group? Also for group 3, yeah, focus on your customer. Group 1 and 5 and 2. Waiting for you. Yes?
May I ask?
Yes.
Is this only like we showing up the questions or also with the answer?
Only the how might we.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I would like you to be more focused. How might we help the high school students choosing the right university majors? So that the how might we looks good, Calvin, but add the so that. So you focus on that particular features. Okay, so you have the people, the job, now the effect. How might we make barter between young adults? How might we make barter between young adults and encourage responsible consumption? Okay, again, for group 1, focus on the so that to relate to the group that you serve. Yeah. Don't try to make it bigger for Indonesia, for consumption, for focus on the people. How might we make barter between young adults to reduce their unused thing, for example? Yeah, something like that. How might we help the high school students choosing the major so that they don't feel choosing the wrong major later on? Okay, very good. Group 5.
Miss, so I mean, I already wrote down mine, but you said like to focus more on the consumer, right? But in the end, like the decrease in plastic pollution is already a benefit for the consumers. Does that count? Like that's like
You need to focus on them. So something like, so they will increase their sense of responsibility towards plastic waste, something like that. What would you do for them?
oh well, okay. This is what I wrote at first. Let me paste it into chat now.
How might we help initiate and give incentive for people to start recycling in order to decrease plastic pollution? Yeah, need to be more specific. Who are people? Who are your target market?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You got the idea? You got the beginning of your how might we? I think the most focus now is for group 2. You have specific target market. You have a specific job to be done. You have the specific effect that you want to achieve. I think this is a good model for everybody, depending on your project. Yeah. I'll copy paste the one from group 2 for everybody to see. So that's the format. Yeah. You have a specific group, high school students. What do you want them to do? Choose the right university majors so that what's the effect? They don't feel disappointed later on. Okay. Try to focus on that. Have it on your one pager or in your presentation, on your final presentation, state it. This is what we try to achieve. This is our how might we. And then your final presentation. Okay, so when we meet on the 24th, you will do your final presentation.
Butatum?
Yes.
So the CS and the BIS student are going to learn about the Marvel.
Yep.
Can the business student learn the Marvel as well or no?
I think this is the specific program class. Just like the IB students have the global business environment, introduction to management. For CS and IS, their specific FYP program class is on Marvel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so just for the preparation, this is what you need to do. Okay. So next time you need to present your ideas to the class and then we will vote. So what's the format of the presentation? As long as you have this wireframe, so the wireframe should tell us the feature of your apps. Okay. If you cannot manage the Marvel, at least you can give us the planning, yeah, the flow of your app. What are the features? How is it going to how is the experience going to be? If we go to the main page, what will be on the main page? What will be the most useful features? When are we going? What we will see when we go to that most useful features? Only 3 steps or pages is needed. Okay. Okay. So to make this uniform, we work again on your one pager, make it more focused, add the how might we, and then work on the solution. Okay, so the designer, you can work on your presentation now. You can use PowerPoint, you can use anything else, as long as the message, which is the problem, some facts like the one that you already have in your one pager, is delivered, and then your how might we is clear, and then the solution is clear. Okay, any question before we close the session? Sorry, I'm going over time a little bit.
I sent another how might we. Is that better than before, Miss?
How might
Or
we help initiate and give incentive? How might we? You don't want to help, you want to provide things. How might we?
provide? Sorry. Okay. Let me. My bad.
How might we
Provide. Oh.
provide? I have to start recycling. Okay, that's still a little bit more two world peace. Make it a bit more grounded, I think. Let's discuss this separately, Kerem.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, guys? If not, then we can end this class and you can work on the prototype. So divide the job. The project manager can present it and work with the designer to work on the presentation while the apa aja ininya? The job, sorry. Oh yeah, while the coder will do the wireframe. It can be low fidelity, which is only the sketches, or the high fidelity, which will be the Marvel. No pressure to do it only on Marvel. You know, if it's a bit too much for you, you can do it on sketches. Yeah. Don't depend on Marvel. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And one more one more class with me on the 24th, which is we are going to have the presentation. See you on Friday.